Surrogate mom who gets a DNA test is caught off guard by the results. Bringing a child into the world is tough, a journey even more complicated. For surrogates. So when Jessica Allen volunteered to be one for a couple wanting children, she took plenty of time to prepare herself for the physical and emotional feat. However, no amount of planning could have possibly readied her for the nightmare she was forced to face.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
California resident Jessica Allen was a proud mom of two. She carried both of her own children, so she knew all the nitty-gritty details of bringing children into the world. And if it meant helping out another family, Jessica would gladly carry a child again. Jessica signed up to become a surrogate, all in hopes of helping a family in need while making a few bucks. She thought she found the perfect couple, who were simply desperate to create a child from their own DNA. Their struggle touched Jessica's heart. The couple was from China, but since surrogacy isn't yet legal in their country, they trekked it to the United States to find a surrogate to deliver the child they always wanted. In 2016, Jessica agreed to carry for them. With the help of San Diego-based Omega Family Global, it was a done deal. In April 2016, the couple's male embryo was implanted in Jessica's uterus via in vitro fertilization. Everyone had their fingers crossed. To prepare her womb, Jessica took estrogen and progestogen as instructed. She followed her IVF doctor's orders to a T to ensure that the pregnancy would go smoothly. The embryo took, and everything went well, up until the 6-week mark. Jessica was told she was carrying twins. 1. 2. She thought there was only one baby refusing to pay rent in her uterus, so you could imagine the shock of the situation. The couple didn't know what hit them. The doctor explained it's not often that a singular embryo will split, but it does happen. While Jessica was originally paid a whopping $30,000 plus expenses to carry the Chinese couple's offspring, after they discovered she was hosting twins, she received an additional $5,000 a month. Moving forward, all was well with the babies. On December 12, 2016, 38 weeks into the pregnancy, Jessica gave birth to two healthy babies via C-section. Directly after the birth, doctors darted away with the babies, Jessica not even getting a mere glance at them. According to Jessica, she signed a contractual agreement that allowed her to spend an hour after the birth with the children she nurtured and cultivated for 9 months. So the fact that they were immediately rushed away from her was suspicious. Later that night, Jessica was shown a photo of the newborns, who doctors insisted were identical twins. When Jessica took a close look at the picture, however, something seemed very off. Unless the definition of the word identical recently changed, Jessica just knew those little ones were not identical twins. One, his skin tone was much fairer than the other. One looked full Chinese, the other didn't look full Chinese, Jessica told People. It was very clear that they were not identical, but I didn't ask questions, she continued. Jessica was undoubtedly troubled by the situation, but a caseworker with the surrogacy agency guaranteed that the children were identical twins despite their polarizing physical features. After the birth, Jessica and her hubby, Wardell Jasper, used the hefty chunk of cash they received from the surrogacy to help pay for a new house. Just as they were prepared to move into their dream home, there was an interruption. Weeks after the birth, Jessica received a text from the intended mother with photos of the newborns. She was clearly having doubts regarding who the babies belonged to, as she probed Jessica, asking her if she noticed that they looked different. After much speculation, the babies got a DNA test, and it turned out they were 100% not related. See, one of the infants belonged to Jessica and her husband. But how was this possible? Jessica and her husband followed the doctor's orders and obtained from sex until after she was confirmed pregnant with the other couple's embryo. Unfortunately, they were still at risk for a rare medical phenomenon called superfetation. Superfetation happens when a woman continues to ovulate after becoming pregnant. Understandably, Jessica had no idea this was a potential issue since only approximately 0.3% of women are affected. Jessica and her husband were wallowing in the most intense level of panic mode. They desperately wanted their new son home, who they named Malachi, but the Chinese couple weren't handing over that infant until Jessica and Wardell handed over $22,000. My husband and I were panicking. We had no idea how this came about, and we had no idea how we were going to prepare for a child overnight. We just moved into a new house, we didn't have any more money, Jessica said. If Jessica didn't give the couple that wad of cash soon, the intended mother threatened to put little Malachi up for adoption. They wanted me to buy or adopt my own child, Jessica told People. Believe it or not, Jessica Allen wasn't angry with the intended mother, as Jessica thought she may have been manipulated. It's not her fault. The agency put it in her head that I was going to try to sue her. I never said those words, she explained. Things got worse once the other mother started sending Jessica all kinds of text messages out of fear that she'd get sued. We tried to get him 3 different times and they just kept giving us an excuse, Jessica said. It was messy. We tried to get him on numerous occasions, but one excuse they gave us was the intended parents didn't want to sign over the power of attorney, so we didn't get him, Jessica disclosed. But in February 2017, Jessica and Wardell finally retrieved Malachi. Since reuniting with their son, the emotional and financial stress of the situation made bliss a distant concept for Jessica and Wardell. The events sadly put them in debt. We're barely getting by right now and it stressed me out emotionally because this agency turned their backs on me, Jessica said, clearly jaded. Naturally, Jessica vowed never to be a surrogate again. The ordeal also involved ugly battles with lawyers and a brooding waiting game for Malachi's birth certificate and social security card. The only upside of all of this was that Jessica gained a beautiful son. Though she and her husband were heartbroken that Malachi had to spend his first 10 months in the hands of flaky strangers, Jessica relayed that watching the little man grow has eased some of that pain and guilt. What also helped the Allens cope was knowledge that, in the grand scheme of things, they could have been separated from Malachi for much longer. After all, they knew all about Shawnara Mobley. Please share this with your friends and family.